Have you ever wondered what it feels like to fly, not in a plane, but on skis? To defy gravity, experience the wind pushing against your face, and soar farther than anyone ever has before? For Ryoyu Kobayashi, a ski jumper from Japan, that dream turned into a reality in a way that no one expected. Welcome to this incredible journey of a young athlete who pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible in the world of ski jumping. Ryoyu Kobayashi didn't just break records, he redefined what it means to soar. But what makes his story so special? How did he achieve the unthinkable? And what happened when he went too far? Today, we dive deep into the life and career of Ryoyu Kobayashi, his record-breaking jump, and the powerful emotions that surged through him. Get ready for a tale of determination, triumph, and the unforgettable moment that changed everything. Part 1. The Rise of Ryoyu Kobayashi. Ryoyu Kobayashi was born on November 8, 1996, in the small town of Shimokawa, nestled in the northernmost region of Japan. From an early age, Kobayashi was no stranger to winter sports. Surrounded by the snow-covered peaks of Hokkaido, it was inevitable that he would take an interest in ski jumping. But what set him apart wasn't just his passion. It was his remarkable natural talent. His journey into the world of ski jumping began when he was only 3 years old. Yes, 3 years old. Ryoya's older brother, Junpei, was already competing in ski jumping, and it was only a matter of time before young Ryoya followed suit. Encouraged by his brother, Ryoya began training on the smaller hills, quickly developing his skills and moving up to more challenging jumps. Even as a child, his ambition was clear. He didn't just want to compete, he wanted to be the best. His first major breakthrough came in 2014, when he was just 17. Ryoya was selected for Japan's national ski jumping team, and just a year later, he made his mark on the World Cup circuit. At 18 years old, Kobayashi became the youngest Japanese ski jumper to win a World Cup event, a milestone that would set the stage for what was to come. But while the wins were exciting, the pressure was always building. As his career progressed, Kobayashi found himself up against some of the biggest names in the sport, athletes who had dominated the slopes for years. Names like Kamil Stoch, Stefan Kraft, and Severin Freund, who had set records that seemed unbeatable. However, Ryoya had one key advantage: his fearless approach to the sport. It wasn't just technique that made Ryoya stand out, it was his mentality. He wasn't afraid to take risks, to push the limits, and to defy expectations. And it was this mindset that would take him to heights no one had ever imagined. Part 2. The Moment of Glory, the Jump That Changed Everything. It's February 2019, and the stage is set for one of the most exhilarating ski jumping events in history, the Ski Flying World Cup in Bad Mitterndorf, Austria. And Ryoyu Kobayashi is about to attempt something that could change everything. With the wind in his face and the anticipation building, Kobayashi climbs to the top of the massive jump. At 225 meters in length, this hill was one of the biggest in the world. His competitors had already made their attempts, some soaring impressively but none coming close to breaking the record. Kobayashi, however, wasn't interested in just matching others' performances. He had a vision, something bigger, something legendary. As he took off from the jump, everything seemed to slow down. At that moment, Ryoya was not just a man on skis. He was a bird in flight, suspended between earth and sky. The wind carried him effortlessly as he soared higher, gliding farther than anyone ever thought possible. He flew for 252 meters. Kobayashi had just set a new world record for the longest ski jump ever made. But what made this achievement even more astounding was that it was not just the distance that mattered. It was the precision and control that Kobayashi maintained throughout the entire flight. The jump was a thing of beauty, a perfect fusion of human skill and nature's forces. Ryoyu had pushed the limits of what was achievable, proving that in ski jumping, the only boundaries are the ones you place on yourself. But as the reality of what he had just accomplished began to sink in, a sense of overwhelming emotion washed over him. A sense of victory, yes, but also a feeling of awe. How far he had come, how much he had overcome, and the history he had just written. Part 3. The emotional aftermath. How Ryoyu Kobayashi felt. In the moments after landing, Ryoyu was met with deafening cheers from the crowd and his teammates, but internally his thoughts were racing. He had just achieved something that most could only dream of, but now the weight of his success began to take its toll. "I was happy but also a little bit shocked," Ryoyu later admitted. "I knew it was a great jump, but to break the world record like that, it felt unreal. It's a feeling that many elite athletes know too well. Having reached the peak of their sport, there's a mix of exhilaration and a sense of vulnerability." For Ryoyu, it was a moment of validation. The long hours of training, the sacrifices, the struggles, all of it had led to this moment. He had done what many believed was impossible. But it wasn't just about the jump itself. It was about what it meant. For Ryoyu, the world record represented more than just a physical achievement. It symbolized the culmination of years of hard work, discipline, and the relentless pursuit of excellence. He had become a symbol of Japanese sportsmanship, a beacon for younger athletes who looked up to him. However, as the excitement of the moment began to settle, the pressure began to mount. What comes after such an iconic achievement? How do you top a world record? In some ways, Ryoyu found himself in uncharted waters, unsure of what the future would hold. The pressure to continue performing at that level was intense, but Ryoyu took it in stride. "I always try to enjoy the process, not just the result," he said. And that attitude would help him move forward, adapting to the demands of his sport while remaining grounded in the love for what he does. Part 4. What's next for Ryoyu Kobayashi? After that record-breaking jump, many wondered what would come next for Ryoyu Kobayashi. Could he break his own record? Would he continue to dominate the sport? One thing was certain. Ryoyu had proved that he was capable of greatness, and the world was watching. But Ryoyu's journey didn't stop there. With a gold medal in the team event and individual medals to his name, Ryoyu continued to rise through the ranks of the sport. Looking ahead, Ryoyu's future seems bright. With the 2022 Winter Olympics approaching, many are eager to see how he will perform on the world's biggest stage. But regardless of the outcome, Ryoyu's legacy has already been written in the history books. He has inspired a generation of athletes to push the limits of what's possible, to take risks, and to dream big. As for Ryoyu himself, his focus remains unwavering. "I'm always looking ahead, always striving to improve," he says. With that mentality, there's no telling what else he might achieve in the coming years. And there you have it, Ryoyu Kobayashi, the man who flew farther than anyone ever thought possible. From his early days in Hokkaido to breaking world records, his story is one of passion, perseverance, and the pursuit of greatness. If you've enjoyed this incredible journey, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories from the world of records. Next time, we'll take a deep dive into another athlete who pushed the boundaries of their record. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.